Hello students, very good morning to all of you. Want to start your geography class. You know, we are discussing about the different important industries of Assam. Okay? But in this class, I will discuss about the petroleum industry of Assam and another important industry which have great prospect into our future is fishery industry, that is fishing industry. It is one of the important agro-based industry, isn't it? Fishes are generally cultivated. Okay, so it is one kind of agro-based industry. And other important industry is petroleum industry, which is most important mineral-based industry of Assam. Yes, so let's start about the petroleum industry of Assam. You know, already I have discussed about the mineral resources of Assam. In this mineral resource of Assam, I have specially discussed about the mineral oil. That is one of the important mineral resource of Assam. You know, first mineral oil was discovered in Digboi of Assam, which is also known as oil city of Assam. Because first oil was discovered in this Digboi region in 1866. First discovered in 1866, but extraction, first extraction of mineral oil was started in 1889. And first oil refinery of India was started in 1901 in Digboi. Very important for your descriptive questions. For objective question also, these years are very important. Okay, so our Digboi refinery was started in 1901 and it is Asia's first oil refinery in Asia. In the continent Asia, it was the first refinery, oil refinery. So, as an Assamese people, we are so proud of it, isn't it? So, you see now, Assam is very rich in mineral oil. First exploration of oil production in the state was started in 1889 in Digboi. It is the oldest oil field in India. It is the oldest oil field in India. Therefore, Digboi is known as oil city of India. It is the oil city based on oil. The city is forming only because of mineral oil. Therefore, it is called oil city of India. Okay. Now, When the oil field of Western India did not produce oil, the Digboi oil field then earned the pride of producing 3/4 of the total oil production of the country. যেতিয়া আমি Western ইণ্ডিয়াই অইল প্ৰডাকশ্যন কৰা নাছিলে, ৱেষ্টাৰ্ণ ইণ্ডিয়া মানে আমি মুম্বাই হাই, গুজৰাট, এই ৰিজনটোত যথেষ্ট অইল প্ৰডাকশ্যন হয় ইণ্ডিয়াৰ। সেই ৰিজনটো অইল প্ৰডাকশ্যন কৰাৰ আগতে ডিগবৈত যেতিয়া অইল প্ৰডাকশ্যন হৈছিলে, তেতিয়া ডিগবৈ অইল প্ৰডাকশ্যনে 4/3 ভাৰতৰ অইল প্ৰডাকশ্যন কৰিছিল। 4/4 ইণ্ডিয়াৰ টোটেল প্ৰডাকশ্যনৰ 3/4 portion of India's mineral oil was produced by Digboi. This oil field covering an area of 13 square kilometer. 13 square kilometer area was covered by this Digboi oil field. After Digboi refinery, first refinery it was in 1901. After Digboi refinery, Naharkatia oil field was explored and oil production started from 1954. In the year 1954, oil extraction was started in Naharkatia oil field. Annually, 2.5 million tons of oil and 1 million cubic meter of natural gas are produced from this oil field. You know, generally oil fields are always related to natural gas. Lots of natural gases are also found in the oil fields. So Naharkatia is one of the important oil field of India or Assam, where lots of natural gases are also produced. Oil from this field is transported to Nunmati refinery of Guwahati and Barauni refinery of Bihar through pipeline. From this Naharkatia oil field, oils are transported to Nunmati refinery of Guwahati, and there is another refinery which was set up in Bihar, that is in Barauni, and these raw oils are transported to these refineries from this Naharkatia oil field. Okay? Oil production from Moran Hugrizan oil field was started from 1956. From the year 1956, Moran and Hugrizan oil fields were started. In 1956. Moreover, oil is producing from the major oil fields like Rudrasagar, Lakwa, Geleki, Borhula, Amguri, etc. These are some other important oil fields and natural gas fields found in our state. Mainly, these oil fields of Assam is located upper Brahmaputra Valley, or you can say upper Assam. Mainly Tinsukia, Dibrugarh, Sibsagar, and Jorhat district. These oil fields are located. Okay? What are those? They are Digboi, Naharkatia, Hugrizan, Moran, Lakwa, Geleki, Borhula, Amguri, and Rudrasagar. These are important oil fields found in Assam. Oil fields and oil refinery. It is two different. Generally, oil refineries refine the oil to use for our different purposes, and oil fields which are found only raw oil, which is known as crude oil. Crude oils are produced by the oil fields, and refinery refine this crude oil to use our general purpose. Okay, you remember it. Generally, question is arise that where is located Numaligarh refinery? In Golaghat district. But in this Golaghat district, there is no oil field. It is transported from other oil fields of Assam. Okay? There are 4 refineries found in our state. What are those? They are Digboi refinery, Guwahati refinery or Nunmati refinery, Bongaigaon refinery and Numaligarh refinery. At last, Numaligarh refinery was started, and it is the biggest refinery in our state. Now we see, Digboi refinery is the oldest of our country. It has its annual refining capacity of 0.7 million metric ton. The capacity of oil refining in this Digboi refinery is about 0.7 million metric ton. Okay? Guwahati refinery and Bongaigaon refinery have their annual refining capacity of 1 million metric ton and 2.4 million metric tons of oil respectively. What are those? They are Guwahati refinery, that is Nunmati refinery, and Bongaigaon refinery. Guwahati refinery produce 1 million metric ton annually, and Bongaigaon refinery produce 2.4 million metric ton petroleum, and other petroleum products refined by this Bongaigaon refinery, 2.4 million metric ton. On the other hand, Numaligarh refinery has its annual refining capacity of 3 million metric ton of oil. On the other hand, Numaligarh refinery, which have capacity to produce petroleum products, it is near about 3 million metric ton. So, it is the largest refinery of our state. Assam produces about 4.86 million metric ton of crude oil and 2,681 million cubic meter of natural gas in 2012 and 2013. So, Assam produced 4.86 million metric ton of petroleum. 4.86 million metric ton of petroleum product and 2,681 million cubic meter of natural gas produced by Assam in the year 2012 and 2013. And you see, there are lots of petrochemical industries which are always related to oil refining. Petrochemical products means production of plastic, polythene, grease, wax, synthetic fiber, different types of color, all are produced by these petrochemical industries. These are petroleum products with the help of waste material of waste material of petroleum. After refining of petroleum, lots of waste materials are found. With the help of this waste material, lots of petroleum byproducts are produced by our petrochemical industries. So these type of petrochemical industries are always related to petroleum refinery, and therefore they are set up nearby the petroleum refinery. Petroleum byproducts are plastic, polythene, synthetic fiber, wax, grease, ethanol, methanol, lots of different types of colors, Vaseline, lipstick. These are petroleum byproducts produced by our petrochemical industries. So petrochemical industries are always related to petroleum industries. Yes? And you see, there is another important fertilizer factory which is located in Namro. It is also set up with the help of petroleum byproducts. Chemical fertilizer industry of Assam. Only chemical fertilizer industry of Assam, which is located in Namro. It was also set up with the help of petroleum byproducts, Okay? Another important industry is related to petroleum industry. It is known as gas cracking industries. Gas cracking industries is located in Dibrugarh, which is known as Lepet-Kota. In the region Lepet-Kota of Dibrugarh district, there is a gas cracking industries. And another gas cracking industry is also set up in North Guwahati. So these are different types of gas cracking industries which are also related to our petroleum industries, because gases are always found in the oil fields of Assam, mainly Nahakotia, Moran, Geleki, Rudrasagar, etc. So now you see that this petroleum industry of Assam has a great contribution to the economy of our state. We have collected lots of money from our central government from these petroleum products. Therefore, we can say that Assam is very, very rich in petroleum industry. So it is about your petroleum industry. So one important question, very important question for you, that give a brief description about the petroleum industry of Assam. Here you have to write in details all about this, which I have already talked with you. Okay? Next, another important industry is agro-based industry, which is known as fishery industry. But this industry is not quite fully developed in Assam, but it has lots of feasibilities, lots of prospect. You know, in water resource, Assam is very, very rich because heavy rainfall occur in our rainy season. And generally the rivers which are found in Assam, they are perennial. Waters are always available throughout the year. And we have lots of abundant river channels. Abundant river channels মানে বুজি পাইছা? Abundant river channel মানে হৈছে নদীয়ে এৰি থৈ যোৱা হুটি। নদীখন আজি এফালে গৈছে, হয়তো ইন ফিউচাৰ বেলেগ এফালে যাব, সেই হুটিটো এৰি দিয়ে, সেইটোৱে কয় abundant channel। তেনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ ব্ৰহ্মপুত্ৰ ৰিভাৰ ভেলীত বহুতো abundant channel দেখিবলৈ পোৱা যায়। Lots of marshes, swamp areas, bills found in our state, where we can produce huge amount of different types of fishes. But now we have found naturally lots of fishes from these water sources. আমি সেইবোৰৰ পৰা প্ৰাকৃতিকভাৱে প্ৰডাকশ্যন হোৱা মাছৰহে উৎপাদন আমি পাইছোঁ। আমি ইয়াত যদি মাছৰ আৰ্টিফিচিয়েল প্ৰডাকশ্যনৰ থ্ৰুৱেদি ইয়াত যদি আমি মাছৰ পৰিমাণ বঢ়াই দিব পাৰোঁ, তেতিয়াহ'লে অসমত বহুত মাছ প্ৰডাকশ্যন হ'ব। তাৰোপৰি আমি জানো, তোমালোকে জানা যে আমি বহুতো বেলেগৰ পৰা অহা মাছ আমি ব্যৱহাৰ কৰোঁ, আমি খাওঁ। মেইনলি অন্ধ্ৰপ্ৰদেশৰ পৰা অহা মাছ, যিবোৰক আমি লোকেল মাছ বুলি নকওঁ, ফৰেনৰ মাছ বুলি কওঁ। যিবিলাকক বহুতো কেমিকেল দি প্ৰচেছিং কৰি আমাৰ ইয়ালৈ পঠিয়ায়, কাৰণ কেলৈ সেই মাছবোৰ আহোঁতে আমাৰ অসম পাওঁতে অতি কমেও 10-15 দিন সময় লাগে। যদি প্ৰচেছিং কৰি নপঠিয়ায়, সেইবিলাক বেয়া হৈ যায়। সেইকাৰণে আমি সাধাৰণতে কি হৈছে, এই প্ৰচেছিং কৰা মাছবিলাক খোৱাটো স্বাস্থ্যৰ কাৰণে বৰ সুবিধাজনক নহয়। সেইটো কাৰণে আমি সাধাৰণতে কি হয়, বজাৰত সদায় প্ৰায় লোকেল মাছ বিচাৰোঁ, যিবোৰ আমাৰ স্বাস্থ্যৰ কাৰণে উপকাৰী, হয়নে? যদি আমি আৰ্টিফিচিয়েলি ইয়াত মাছৰ প্ৰডাকশ্যন বহুত বঢ়াব পাৰোঁ, তেতিয়াহ'লে আমাৰ কি হ'ব, আমাৰ বাহিৰৰ পৰা মাছ পইচা খৰচ কৰি বাহিৰৰ পৰা মাছ অসমলৈ নানিলেও হ'ব, আমাৰ অসমতে বহুত মাছ প্ৰডাকশ্যন হ'ব। এতিয়া চোৱাচোন, Assam is fish production. Agricultural sector is notable contribution towards the economic development of Assam. The extent of agricultural activity is vast, and the fishery and animal husbandry may also be included within it. Presently, fishing is gradually gaining importance in the economic sector of Assam. Demand of fish is gradually increasing day after day in Assam. There is immense prospect for fishery development in the state. Assam is a state full of rivers and tributaries. Fishes are found in its rivers, wetland, abundant channels, marshes, water bodies, bills, etc. Plenty of fishes are naturally available in the wetland of the Barak and Brahmaputra plains and floodplains. Fish production can be increased by multiplying fish population in this wetland through scientific method and plans. In spite of more demand for fish and more scope for fish production in the state, the vast wetland and water bodies are not properly utilized for producing fishes. Lots of data are given here. As per 2001 and 12 data, there are 430 government registered wetland in the state covering about 60,000 hectares of areas. Again, there are another 767 non-registered wetland covering a total of 40,000 hectares of area. In addition to this wetland, a large number of tanks, marshlands, water bodies, etc. are regarded as a fish producing ground. During 2011 and 12, all total about 4,490 million fish seeds are produced from 3.94 lakhs hectares of fishing ground, and in the same period 2.44 lakhs tons of fishes are produced in the state. It is observed that production of fish seed increased by 2.5 times and fish production increased only by 1.5 times during the last 10 years. District-wise, production of fish seed during 2001 and 12 reveals that Barpeta district is the highest producer of fish seeds in the state, and Karimganj and Nagaon district have attained the second and third position respectively. Fish seed মানে মাছৰ পোনা মাছৰ পোৱালি কোনে হাইয়েষ্ট প্ৰডিউস কৰে বৰপেটা ডিস্ট্ৰিক্টে আৰু বৰপেটা ডিস্ট্ৰিক্ট হৈছে ফাৰ্স্ট কৰিমগঞ্জ হৈছে সেকেন্ড আৰু থাৰ্ড হৈছে নগাঁও ডিস্ট্ৰিক্ট Similarly, Nagaon district ranked first in fish production in the state during the year, while Silchar and Dhubri district occupy the second and third position respectively. In fish production, Nagaon hold the first position. Second one is Kasar and Dhubri district. The fishing sector nominally contribute to the state domestic products, which is only 2%. Domestic product contribute only 2% in Assam, which is only 2%. Fish production in the state is not satisfactory in spite of tremendous prospect. If we produce, there are lots of prospect, lots of facilities we have, but we cannot produce this such huge amount of product. We cannot produce it yet, but it has lots of prospect and feasibilities to our future. We can produce it. We have lots of sources to high production of fish. At present, Assam import about 0.2 lakh tons of fish annually from other states of the country, but the amount of fish product produced in the state as well as imported from the outside is not sufficient to meet the domestic product. As a result, there is an annual deficit of 0.52 lakh ton of fish in the state. So the price of fish has increased more and more every day. So we have great demand of fish in our state, but we cannot produce locally sufficient amount. If we can produce sufficient amount of fishes, then we have to collect lots of money locally. Lots of money we can found, and lots of people have got employment in source of this fishing industry. So it is another important industry of Assam which have great prospect to our future. Okay, so this much is enough for today. I will continue next about the problems and prospects of economic development in Assam. Problems and prospect of the economic development of Assam. So, bye bye for today.